In between, churn. Grown-ups, in between, churning babies. Right about now, it's your boy, you heard, back again. DJ Manny. Fresh, 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 fresh. Yeah, fresh, 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 fresh. Fresh, fresh, fresh. Fresh, fresh, fresh. Up to the mic, dude. Do what you do.
Ladies and gentlemen, what you have here is brought to you courtesy of the young man, Young Carter, and the great man, Manny Fresh. So what I want y'all out there to do for me is say this. Say go DJ, cause that's my DJ. 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 101, the hottest under the sun. I come from under the Tommy. You come from under your garment, your chest and your arm hit. Pow, one to the head. Now you know heat. Now you know I play like a pro in the game. Nah, better yet, a veteran, a Hall of Fame. I got that medicine, I'm better than all the names. Hey, it's Cash Money Records, man, a lawless game. Put some water on the track, fresh for all this flame. Wear a helmet when you bang it, man, and guard your brain. Cause the flow is spasmodic, what they call insane. They ain't even the homeboy aim, I get dope, boy. And you already know that pimpin' 18, I'm living young and show that Bentley. Stun on my ball, so you know that's in me. Got in my mentor, so don't go down with me. Up DJ, cause that's my DJ. Say go DJ, cause that's my DJ. This is the call up DJ, cause that's my DJ. Say go DJ, cause that's my Say go DJ, cause that's my DJ. This is the call up DJ, cause that's my DJ. Put your binoculars on. Try to see me. Let's go. And I move like the coupe through traffic. Rush hour GT bent, roof is absent. Your girl present with the music blasting, and she keep asking, how I shoot if it's plastic? I tell her, you see if your boy run up. She said back and cut the quarterback up for show. Hey, Big Mike, they better step their authority up before they step to a soldier, son. I got on me. You boys never harming young. Fly wizzy, my opponent's done. I'm done talking. And I ain't just begun. I've been running my city like Diddy, you chump. I fly by you in a foreign whip, on a throttle with a model phony chick, paraphony. The hair is long and blind down to her behind. Well, here we go, so hold on to mine. Let's go. Hold on, let me hit that. So go. This is the Say go DJ, cause that's my DJ. That's my DJ. Manny Fresh, that's my DJ. That's my DJ. They so mad at me right now. That's my DJ. Say go DJ. Y'all know my partners right now. Hey, Birdman, put the cowards in the trash can. Leave them outside of your door, I'm your trash man. I'm steady lighting up so fast and riding in my bag. You will need a gas mask, man. You snakes, stop hiding in the grass. Sooner or later I'll fit out the in your pants. You sideways, got waves like a drag while the homie here tryna get paid in advance. I'm staying on my grizzly, I'm a bona fide hustler. Play me or play with me, then I'm gonna find your mother. Say they wanna eat cause they ain't ate nothing, but then they wanna leave when you say you out of mustard. So I'ma walk into the restaurant alone, walking out, leaving behind just when in your residence with that to your dome. Like, tell me where you holding the dope. One in your say go DJ, and I'm a DJ. Manny Fresh, that's my DJ.
Peace, world. This is your boy Bless the Party Sparker here to talk to you about the Computer Store in Conyers, Georgia, the #1 authorized Apple service provider and dealer east of Atlanta. With over a decade of repair and service on Apple as well as PC, the Computer Store has the remedy for your sick machine. Whether you need help with virus removal, upgrades, or warranty services, the Computer Store does it all. Believe me, they are a godsend, and I have a computer-based business. So remember, this is your boy Bless the Party Sparker telling you to join the world of Across the Fader, but to do that, you have to get your computer right. And to get your computer right, you have to go to the computer store. Located 875 Flat Shoals Road, Southeast, Suite 190, Conyers, Georgia, 30094. To contact them, call them at 770-679-1859 and tell them Across the Fader sent you.
You are now entering another dimension, a dimension of sight and sound, a dimension of hot beats and dope lyrics, the dimension where fat laces and Kangos meet skinny jeans and swag. You are now entering the hip hop zone.
Let's talk to him, right? All four corners, come on, tell to the south side. You know, northeast to southwest. What up, yes. Right. DFA, what you say? Nah, pop world, right? Yeah. Come on, so glow, what? Yeah, all over the globe. Yeah, that's what it's how you know, right? Yeah, come on, yep. Show enough. Do this like we supposed to do. Bravo DC, going straight up, no chase. Homeland Security, water, nothing down. I'm in my zone, it's real hip hop, the hip hop zone. Put it together, let's go. Either I'ma get it or I'ma die trying. Either I start with the truth or I begin a line. Either I shop them records or I start buying. Get your money right, rapper nigga, stop crying. Either you charter your course and you start flying, or you stay ground level, then you're co-signing. Either you're headlining or you're sidelining. You're either front page news or back page rhyming. Lab made or real diamond. Either you're dull or you're shining. Either that's lyrical skill or you're just rhyming. You're clean or just rhyming. Either you're Fantasia Barrino or Phyllis Hyman. Either you're Babyface Edmonds or Frankie Lyman. Either you're great like them or great like we, or either you're unsuccessful and not like me. Either you're getting it good or broke like G. If the shoes don't fit, Playboy, just let it be. Real talk for ya. Yeah, I'm just talking to him, you know? Right? Lay the game down flat. All around the hip-hop industry, yours truly, Sammy Bravo. Yes. Homeland Security, real talk for you. Yeah. None of that. It's all of that. It's that real for you. Yeah, I'ma holler at him. Let me holler at him a little bit. Let me rap a little tater-tat. Complicated or it make good sense. Either you live or you die for dead presidents. Either you're safe or you're a prisoner in your residence. Either you bought it full price or you cop defense. Whatever be, either you love it or you're hating it. Either you stop achieving or you're making it. Ain't no mistaking it. Either you're fronting or you're backed up. Either you're playing with little dough or you're stacked up. Either you're old dirty bastard or you're young buck. Either you really, really care or you don't give a fuck. Either you're riding drop top or box top truck. Either you come from the streets or you're hood struck. It ain't a thing, either you're real or you're faking it. Either you're fixing it up or you're breaking it. Either you carry out kid or you're breaking it. Or either you're standing still or you're shaking it. It's real talk for you. Yes. Let me talk to him. It's what I do. It's what we do. Young C, young Gunner. Boy, young Don. Yeah. Tommy Brasco. Yeah. OG Fuego. Yeah. Bruce Wayne. Yeah. Jabba Joe. One time. Let's go. Either you get it or you don't prove it. Either you play for it all or you don't lose it. Either you sell it multi-platinum or you don't move it. Either you have no talent or you don't use it. Listen to me, either you got it or you're getting it. Either you're Michael Jordan flow or Scott Pippen it. Either your music a hit or you're missing it. Either they love you forever or they dissing it. It's all the same, either you sit down or stand up. Either you're down your crew or you pick your mans up. Either you're progressing the game or you're jammed up. Either you do the shooting or get bland up. Into your luck, real talk for you. Right? That's all it is, it's real talk for you. I had too much else to say. Just lay it down flat, all down the map like I said. Let's go. Yeah, till we touch the monument ceiling. Right? Definitely put up the buildings, Homeland Security. You know, Sammy Bravo, yeah. Yours truly, Sammy Bravo, a.k.a. Uncle Scrooge, a.k.a. the boy boy Giga, aka DC Dope Boy, aka the Don of Dons, aka Ride the Live. What? Right. Yeah, tell him I'm definitely getting up now. Shit, I'm in my zone, the hip hop zone. Yeah, SammyBravo.com. My space, your space, your space, my space. Yeah, holla at home. PR Wonder Kid.
See, okay. All right, big man, you want to make some big bucks, huh? Let's see how tough you are. You know something about cocaine? Dígame. You kidding me or what, man? There's a bunch of Colombians coming in Friday. New guys. They said they got 2 keys for us, for openers. Pure cocaine. You tell them capiche. I want you to go over there. And if it's what they say it is, you buy it and you bring it back. You can do that, you make $5,000. Meet at the bodegas, noon Friday. You get the buy money then. Oh, and Chico, if anything happens to the buy money, pobrecito. JC's gonna stick your heads up your asses faster than a rabbit gets fucked.
Bounce, jeez. Yeah, Rockefeller, y'all. Bounce, Rockefeller, y'all. When the weather falls, yes, put away the leathers and put ice on the gold. Chilly with enough money to free a big Willie. High stakes, I got more at stake than Philly. Shopping sprees, copping 3 Deuce Beaver, yeses, fully loaded, yes. Bouncing in the Lex Luger, tire smoke like Buddha. 50 G's to the crap shooter, niggas can't fade me. Chrome stocks beaming, through my peripheral, I see you scheming. Stop dreaming, I leave your body steaming. Niggas is fiending, what's the meaning? I'm leaning on any nigga intervening with the sound of my money machining. My cup runneth, over with hundreds. I'm one of the best niggas that done it. 6 digits and running, y'all niggas don't want it. I got the Godfather flow, the Don Juan DeMarco. Swear to God, don't get it fucked up.
Taking up this time to give you a piece of my mind.
Cause you can't knock the hustle.
But do you think you are?
Damn.
Baby, one day you'll be a star.
That scene out of state where I drop my sling. I'm deep in the south, kicking up top game. Bouncing on the highway, switching 4 lanes. Screaming through the sunroof, money ain't a thing. Your worst fear confirmed. Me and my fam roll tight like the firm. Getting down for life, right? You better learn. Why I play with fire, you burn. We get together like a choir to acquire what we desire. We do dirt like worms, produce G's like sperm. To legs spread like germs. I got extensive hoes with expensive clothes, and I sip fine wines and spit vintage flows, but y'all know. Yeah, cause you can't knock the hustle.
But until then, they say I'm the one who's crazy. Cause that's the way you're making it be.
You can't knock the
I'm
hustle.
just trying to get mine. I don't have the time to knock the hustle for real.
Yeah, y'all niggas lunching, punching the clock. My function is to make munchin', lay back munchin', sipping Remy on the rocks. My crew, something to watch, nothing to stop. Unstoppable, scheme on the ice. I gotta hot your crew. I gotta let you niggas know the time like my bottle. My motto, stack rocks like Colorado. Waddle off the champagne, crystals by the bottle. It's a damn shame what you're not though. Me, slick like a gato, fucking Jay-Z. My pops knew exactly what he did when he made me. Try to get a nut and he got a nut and what? Straight bananas. Can a nigga see me? Got the US Open, advantage jigger. Serve like Sampras, play fake rappers like a campus. Tigra, son, you're too eager. You ain't having it? Good, me either. Let's get together and make this whole world believe time. At my arraignment, screaming, all us blacks got is sports and entertainment. Until we even, leaving, as long as I'm breathing. Can't knock the way a nigga eating. Fuck you even.
Taking out this time to give you a piece of my mind. But do you think you are? Baby, one day you'll be a star. But until then, lately, I'm the one who's crazy. Cause that's the way you're making it be. Where you make me feel. I'm just trying to get mine. I don't have the time to not the
Hip Hop Zone Radio. This is your man, Bless the Party Sparker. What's hood?
It's your boy Jay the Pro. What's good?
You know what it is, y'all. Wealth Wednesdays. Big shout out to everybody checking in. You know what's good, man. We talking about wealth. This is the Hip Hop Zone. Power357radio.com. We got everybody in on the Zoom with us. Shout out to all the usual suspects in on Zoom with us right now. Bruh Pete, what's good? Furious, what up? What up? L Son looking like Furious. Shout out to Courtney.
What we gonna call them, the BVE crew?
The who?
The BVE crew.
What's that?
Baby vagina. You know what we call it?
Baby vagina eyes. Happy birthday, Courtney.
Hey, happy birthday, Courtney. How old are you? 35?
28.
28? Okay.
You know what it is, man. Yo, so it's Wealth Wednesdays, man. You know how we do. We talk about building wealth, gaining wealth, keeping wealth. You know what I mean? And really, dealing with wealth, a lot of that is really working your mindset. You know what I'm saying? Changing your state of mind. You feel me? So
most definitely.
One of the things we wanted to talk about today was the best way to build or to build wealth and to be successful, or one of the most important things in being successful, is consistency. So we want to talk about how do you create, establish consistency. I started the show with Hove. You know what I mean? One of the most successful MCs in the game. Also, one of the most consistent MCs in the game.
I mean, let's compare the two. As much as I love Nas, he's not as consistent as Jay.
That's one, and let's say two. Two of them joints was due. You know what I'm saying? That's a one hot album every 10-year average.
Right. He was right about that.
So really, in anything you do, and it's not just towards building wealth, it's actually towards life. You know what I'm saying? If you're not consistent with things that you do in life, you cannot
be successful. Yeah, you can't be successful.
Exactly. So I'd like to hear from, everybody else as far as, how do you build consistency, or what do you do to stay consistent? And I'm going to start with Bro Pete.
I was about to say, let's start with our founding member. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna call him old because he been all right.
I'm gonna call him old. I'm gonna call him old as hell.
Don't call him old, man. He just ripened very well.
He's ripened.
He's ripened in black and bluish, just a little.
Just a little. But nah, because
y'all gonna stop playing the guru straight from Shangri-La right there, bro. Peter's the truth, yo.
What'd you say? Straight from Shangri-La?
The guru straight from Shangri-La. That's his AKA right there. He sit on top of the mountain.
All right. Hey. Nah, but for real,
why Shangri-La?
I'm gonna let y'all pick on me. I'm gonna let y'all pick on me. It's all right. Just remember, payback is a bitch.
Oh, this is payback, bro, Pete. But nah, man, I want to talk because honestly, with everything that you do, you know what I'm saying, especially organizing, that has to require consistency. And I would like to hear, some of your thoughts on that.
You just have to like what you do. You have to love what you do. If you don't love it, you're not going to be consistent at it. I don't care how much you might want to do it. It has to be something that you really enjoy doing. It has to be something that you don't mind getting up 6 o'clock in the morning, working till 12 midnight, and then get up 6 o'clock in the morning the next day, happily, ready to go, and don't do what you do. You be consistent at it if you love it. Just like you in the show. You know, you consistent with this show because you doing something you love doing.
Yeah, running his damn mouth.
No doubt. I appreciate that. And that's real. Like, you got to love what you do. If you don't love it, you know what I'm saying? Because even if you love what you do, there's going to be times where you don't feel like doing it.
Oh, there are times, bro, where I say the hell with it, you know, and I say, no, I'm not getting up out this bed. But then 5 minutes later, I'm like, oh, fuck, let me get up and go deal with y'all, you know, so.
I'm going to say something. And I always wondered about that. Because I know how I am with the show. There's times I'm, man, fuck this show. I ain't doing this show today. You know what I'm saying? And I just like you said, end up doing it. You know what I'm saying? Your situation is a bit different, bro, Pete. Do you ever say, man, fuck them niggas?
Say that every day, but it's get on.
Yeah, I do. Trust me.
Yeah.
I say it. I'm not gonna say that I don't say it, you know. But then I say, okay, I got a responsibility because I opened up the door for it.
No doubt.
I might as well walk through it. You know what I mean?
That was a personal question. I had to ask that, man. I had to know, like, cause I be wondering, like, everybody feel that way. But Die. Let me ask you. As far as consistency, what does it take to stay consistent or to build consistency?
Dedication. I think wow. I can tell you this, truth be told. I know this gonna sound like corny and lame, but it's the truth. Word is God. It's I look at my kids, and my kids always, like, when I feel like saying fuck the world, I look at them and be like, I can't, because I gotta keep on pushing. If it ain't for me, for them. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, it's to make them better. Like, as a man, as an individual, everybody, you know, I made my own mistakes. I fell in my own pitfalls, and I pulled myself up out of every one of them possible. But looking at my children is definitely the fuel for the fire for consistency. And it's the desire. Like, you know, you can never let the desire burn out. Like, it's kind of like, I gotta kind of add on to what Brother Pete say too, because, like, my grandfather told me back in the day, he said, look, if you find something you love to do, you'll never work a day in your life. That's exactly how he used to say it. It's the same exact thing that Bro Pete say. Now, I say that to say, I don't love what I do. I'm content. You know what I'm saying? I'm content with what I do. I found my niche. I stick with it. I flow. But, like, looking at my kids, realizing the bigger picture, that's another one, right? You know, manifest what you want. Know your goals, set your goals, your desires. And like they say, I mean, people use different numbers at different times. You know, have that 7-day plan, that 7-month, that 7-week plan, that 7-month plan, and that 7-year plan. I use the number 7 when I speak on it. Right. And that's what it is. Like, you know what I mean? I stay consistent by sticking to those plans and just keep on pushing. That's it.
That's real. That's real. Hey, dedication. Without dedication, you can't be consistent.
Self-checking yourself too. Like, be real with yourself. You know, don't set no goal that you know like is unachievable. Another
yeah, that's real.
Another old head once told me, say, yo, go for the low-hanging fruit, you know? So I try to, you know, do that too. Go for the low, set the goals high, right? I think it was Jay said that, right? If you shoot for the stars and you land on the moon or something, I don't know the exact quote.
I said it, yep, I sure did. No, I'm just playing. I don't know.
No, but I know that's the saying, right? They say, like, if you shoot for the stars, so if you land on the moon, you still be off Earth. You know what I mean? You still be out of the stratosphere. So I try to do that, but be realistic too. Be realistic. Keep it thorough. Don't gas yourself up. Listen to your peoples. self-analyze. It's a lot to go into being consistent, bro. Because you can go, all of us have a tendency, I'll say, to go off on a tear, right? Where like, and I say like, where you be like, I'm the shit, can't nobody tell me nothing, da 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 da. Then it take one of your true peoples to come and check you and be like, dude, what you doing? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and you got to be open for that criticism, that constructive criticism, and just keep it flowing from there, man. It's a tough job. It ain't easy. That's
I think organization is like the lubrication for consistency. I think organization helps you continue to be consistent, even when it's something you love. Because guess what? At the end of the day, you can love something and not have a clear direction and a set, I would say, like focal point on what it is and the steps that it takes to get to where you're trying to get to. And that organization helps that. It helps you compartmentalize the steps.
He said, I'm going to lube up that consistency with organization.
Yeah.
Go all in.
I'm gonna lube it up.
I mean, you got to know this too. Like, one who dares to teach must never cease to learn. Right?
There you go.
That shit was chiseled in the school that I went to as a youth, and I've taken that with me through my whole life. I mean, you apply that to everything, right? So again, you can think you know everything, but then somebody can, bro, Pete, know I'm about to say, somebody can pose a question and rearrange your whole direction and have you stuck on stupid thinking about it, like for days, weeks on end, because it show you like you thought of every angle, but then you stepped into the chess game with like Bobby Fischer. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
So it's just that.
Yo, son. Son. You want here too?
I'm What's good, man? What's happening?
What's good with you, bro? Let me ask.
Peace, brother. Peace, bro. Good to see you, man. Good to see y'all, man. Work.
No doubt.
What's up?
Consistency.
Discipline with that, man. Discipline, man. Sometimes you gotta do shit you don't want to do, even when you're doing the shit you love to do. You know what I'm saying? So, you know,
hell yeah.
Discipline. Discipline is like, I don't know, man. For me personally, man, being out my own trucker business and all that, man, this shit can be crazy as you can imagine, but like, it's like a mind renewal thing. I have to do like a mind renewal. I have to tell myself, I have to remind myself of everything I got going on and what the ultimate goal is. And then once as that process continues, it just kind of motivates me to do what I need to do. You know what I'm saying? Even if I don't want to. So I don't know. For me, I just talk to myself, yo, word up. Encourage myself, man, and tell myself this is what it is. That's how I keep it moving, man. You know, I don't have kids and nothing like that. So, you know, I don't have really too much that motivates me outside of people. You know what I'm saying? I'm really a nomad out here, but that's how I keep it moving, bro.
Yo, that's really right there. That's the realest thing right there. You know what I'm saying? I understand love. I understand loving what you do. But like we all said, there's times you love what you do. You just don't feel like doing it.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
You just ain't, you're like, man, fuck, I don't feel like doing it today.
At all, bro.
And all of that shit is good. But if you ain't got the discipline to really carry it out during those times when you don't feel like doing it and accomplishing your goal, you're not going nowhere. So that was deep right there.
I don't know. I will argue the point that discipline isn't necessary when it's something you love. You know what I'm saying? Because
I gotta disagree, bro.
Let me explain why before you say no.
Totally disagree.
Because discipline is something it takes when it's something you don't want to do. And you have to focus yourself to be able to do it. But when it's something you love to do, like Bro P said, if you're an artist, do it really take discipline to create art if you love to do it?
If you have to do it regularly, yes. Go ahead, Furious. He can't come off of mute. He's old.
Whenever you're an expert at something, it takes a certain amount of hours to become an expert in anything. That takes discipline, whether you like it or not.
I ain't say I didn't like it. I just said it don't necessarily.
No. If it's something.
Hey, that part though, that's real talk. Like discipline is in everything, bro. Discipline is in everything. You're a ball player. You love to play ball. Doesn't mean you don't work.
Can I be honest with y'all,
Hold on,
man?
hold on.
Greatest Craig.
Hey,
everybody like Foster when
let
I'm
Furious
talking.
finish saying what he's saying, and then Jay, go ahead.
He did.
A ball player, right? Loves basketball, man. We got plenty of youths in our community that love to play basketball, but the ones who lack the discipline only go so far. It doesn't change that they love it with everything. Some people move different. Some people have to discipline themselves to get to where they need to be. Some people need that. Love is not enough, bro. It ain't. Love ain't enough for some people with kids, bro. We see that all the time with women.
This sound like No Man Monday.
But basketball.
I'm just saying, bro.
But basketball is different, though.
You said something you love. You said something you love. If it's something you love, you don't need the discipline. Ain't that what you said? You don't necessarily need the discipline?
Right. You don't necessarily need it.
Right, basketball different.
There's athletes out here that went number one based on their skill, regardless of how much they worked out or any of that. They were just bigger and better than everybody else. You'll talk to many athletes that'll tell you it wasn't until they became professional. And I get what you're saying. If you want to be professional, what it is you do, of course you have to have that discipline to be consistent. I agree. But it doesn't always necessarily make a person successful. A person's success can be determined just on what their talent level is. You know what I'm saying?
Well, talent's
whoa, wait. Because this is getting deep. I like this. But we got to go to break.
I know a lot of people.
I know a lot of people. Bro, Pete, come on, man.
Go ahead. Get a break.
We're going to do a little break and we'll be right back. All right. It's your man, Bless the Party Sparker, Hip Hop Zone Radio. Wealth Wednesdays. We talking about. Jay, go ahead. I'm sorry. I put you on the spot.
No, it's your boy Jay the Pro. I don't know what we talking about. You just did everything all backwards. I don't know what you doing, bro.
We're talking about, you know what I'm saying? Basically, damn, I just straight up lost it.
We're talking about consistency, bro.
Consistency. Breathe, I was about to say discipline.
Just relax.
I was about to say discipline.
I messed it up. I know.
But consistency, now we're talking about consistency versus and discipline. But it's Wealth Wednesdays, power357radio.com, moving your music around the globe.
Across the fader.
Y'all keep it locked, y'all. We'll be right back. We definitely gonna edit that part out.
Till I get my money right. I had a dream I could buy my way to heaven. When I awoke, I spent that on a necklace. I told God I'll be back in a second. Man, it's so hard not to act reckless. To whom much is given, much is tested. Get arrested, guess until he get the message. I feel the pressure under more scrutiny. And what I do, act more stupidly. Bought more jewelry, more Louis V. My mama couldn't get through to me. The drama, people suing me. I'm on TV talking like it's just you and me. I'm just saying how I feel, man. I ain't one of the Cosbys, I ain't go to Hill, man. I guess the money should have changed them. I guess I should have forgot where I came from. Wait till I get my money right. And you can't tell me nothing, right? Excuse me, was you saying something? You can't tell me nothing. You can't tell me nothing. You can't tell me nothing. Let up the suicide doors. This is my life, homie, you decide yours. I know that Jesus died for us, but I couldn't tell you who the side was. So I parallel double park that motherfucker sideways. Old folks talking about back in my day. But homie, this is my day. Class started 2 hours ago. Oh, am I late? No, I already graduated. And you can live through anything if magic made it. They say I talk with so much emphasis. Ooh, they so sensitive. Don't ever fix your lips like collagen to say something where you gon' end up apologizing. Let me know if it's a problem then. Alright, man, hollering in. Wait till I get my money right. And you can't tell me nothing, right? Excuse me, was you saying something? You can't tell me nothing. You can't tell me nothing. You can't tell me nothing. Let the champagne splash, let that man get cash, let that man get past. He don't even stop to get gas. If he could move through the rumors, he could drive off of fumes, cuz how he move in a room full of no's, how he stay faithful in a room full of. Must be the pharaohs, he in tune with his soul. So when he buried in a tomb full of gold. Treasure, what's your pleasure? Life is a depending how you dress her. So if the devil wear Prada, Adam, Eve wear nada, I'm in between but way more fresher. But way less effort. Cause when you try hard, it's when you die hard. Your homies looking like, why God? When they reminisce over you, my God. Wait till I get my money right. And you can't tell me nothing, right? Excuse me, was you saying something? You can't tell me nothing. You can't tell me nothing. You can't tell me nothing. Wait till I get my money right. And you can't tell me nothing, right?
Hip Hop Zone Radio. This is your man, Bless the Party Sparker. What's good?
It's your boy Jada Pro. What's good?
You know what it is, y'all. Wealth Wednesdays right here. Power 357 across the fader.com. We're talking about consistency, the only way or the main way to breed success, which then builds wealth. We had a bit of a debate going a minute ago, and I gotta say, I fucks with that debate. I gotta say I disagree with you, Jay.
Oh, guess what?
I'm rolling with Elson on this one.
You can roll with whoever you want to roll with. I don't care.
Look,
I got a trump card. No, I ain't mad. I don't get. Come on, bro. Stop it. Yo, you brought up basketball.
What was you about to say?
You brought up basketball, so I give you Lynn Bias. I give you AI.
See, gotta pick a DC nigga. Gotta pick them DMV niggas.
You gotta remember something too, bro. Like there are people who are born who are natural athletes that have possessed things that other people don't have. You know what I'm saying? Like I use basketball just to refer, just based off of love, because a lot of us grow up loving sports. So I thought that was something we all could be familiar with. I wasn't going as deep as you with that, but I was saying is like discipline, man. Like discipline is what is, to me, is the foundation of how you do anything. You got to stay down, bro. Like you have to stay down. You have to be disciplined. You have to have something that you abide by, morals, principles, whatever it is that you love that you're doing, and you got to stick to that. You got to stick to that to be successful. And I see it that way. Like, I mean, I don't think anybody's wrong.
I'm gonna tell you like this, Elson, real quick. I agree with you, and I'm gonna just let you know. If there's ever a disagreement with Jada Pro, you have to be prepared to go as deep as you can. That nigga's gonna take it to the
first off, he brought up basketball. If you want to bring up, hold up.
Go ahead.
See, now you're trying to play it off like we ain't debating. If we debate, let's debate. If you bring up basketball, and you talk about discipline as a part of being successful in basketball, then it's not necessarily true. And you just said that in your statement, right? Mm-hmm. It's not necessarily true. So then everything else.
I'm saying, okay. Let's take Lynn Bias, right? His lack of discipline is why he died. How about that?
What about AI?
Wow.
It's
What
like a
about AI?
discipline. AI?
Yeah.
I mean, AI is a beast, bro. Like I don't know. I can't speak to that. I don't, you know what I'm saying? This
He
AI is
said, what
different.
about he don't practice? AI said it himself. He don't practice. We talking about practice?
No.
No.
And
Don't think for a minute. Don't think for a minute. He don't practice.
Real quick. We're going off topic, but that is, he did say that, but AI did practice, and that's not.
He's talking about a practice, bro. He said a
talking about
practice that he didn't go to.
Practice. He wasn't
He
showing
was
up to
talking about-
practice at all.
Y'all
He
can
wasn't
go
showing up
back
to
and
practice
check.
at
Y'all
all.
can go back and check the story. So
that
we're
ain't-
not going that deep
bro,
into
AI practice. Don't
He
be
wasn't
believe
showing
that.
up to practice at all.
Hold
Let me tell you how I know.
Jay, chill.
Carmelo did the same thing. He said he learned it from AI.
Chill. We talking about
Bro, I'm chill.
consistency.
What are you talking about?
We're talking about consistency. All right. So with consistency, I do feel that is a part of building consistency as far as discipline.
Facts.
But if you love what you do, you're gonna be disciplined in it.
Thank you. As it comes natural.
You're gonna be disciplined in it if you love what you do.
Discipline is something, to me, when I think of discipline, I'm thinking of something that I don't want to do, that I have to continue.
I'm forcing myself to do it.
They thinking about.
Well, let me ask y'all something. So as a human being, no matter what it is you love, you mean every day it's no problem?
No, that ain't what we saying though, bro.
I'm asking.
No, but you confuse. Hold on, no, because you confusing the idea that to motivate yourself to do something takes discipline. But if I'm motivated already, the discipline doesn't have to be there because I love to do it. You see what I'm saying?
Discipline comes
hand in hand. Yeah, it go hand in hand. If I like playing like you brought up basketball, that's a good
Ask
point.
a basketball player why he's on the court 4 o'clock in the morning, and
I
watch
agree
what
with
he tell
that.
you. He will tell you he's not there because he's disciplined. He's there because he loved the game of basketball.
Discipline is when you're in the military.
Right. You can have the love, right? You can have the love, right? But at the same time, man, life is life, bro. Like you mean to tell me that your love is just gonna just beam through everything that goes through and what life brings you that's unexpected?
Yeah, that's all basketball.
That might be a fork in the road, or you might have a family situation, you might have this and that. Like it takes discipline to stay down with your love, bro.
So all right, so check it out. This is what I feel about, especially with what y'all are talking about. Consistency. If you have love, you can be consistent. Definitely. You know what I mean? And you can be successful. In order to be great at what you're doing, it does take discipline.
Absolutely.
To keep doing what you
absolutely
love. Because like what y'all are talking sports and talking about basketball. You know what I mean? Bruh Pete just talking about the cat that comes in at 4 o'clock in the morning. Everybody's not coming in at 4 o'clock in the morning. You know what I'm saying? They may be disciplined. They may be going to practice. You know what I'm saying? They may be, everything else. They love the game. They love what they're doing and everything, but they're not disciplined enough to do like Kobe was talking about, taking 100 shots. You know what I'm saying? And this, that, and the other every day. You know what I mean? That breeds greatness.
It was actually 1,000.
Discipline.
That fucked me up.
Go ahead with your 100.
I know.
But did his discipline? Did Kobe's discipline come from the love of the game?
Yes.
Well, that's synonymous, bro. Like that's what I was saying. Love and discipline is really strong. You got to be disciplined to do it. Like, but see, I mean, your discipline, like this, is how I look at it, because I'm using myself as an example. My lack of discipline when I played ball was why I didn't go where I was supposed to. Like looking at myself. That's why you really use it as a reference. Like you was talking about AI, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, see, like certain examples like that, like you got people that are naturally gifted, bro, that can just do shit. You know what I'm saying? That can just do shit. So I don't really feel like that. I don't really feel like, oh, that's your argument?
That was my argument when you brought up discipline. My argument was that there's people that are what we call geniuses or great at their craft where they don't need discipline because they love what they do. Tupac was a studio rat. He loved being in the studio. So he kept creating, where Big love was probably different than what Tupac's love was. You feel me? So the discipline wasn't necessary because he had that. It was just that it was something driving you. To me, I always look at discipline when it's something like I think of like a discipline, like a set of laws or ideas that are imposed on people that you got to follow. A discipline would be like your martial arts discipline or your regimen or what it is.
But when
that
you
do,
create that,
structure.
when you create that for what you want to do, for what you love,
I mean,
don't you
some
create a
people
set
do,
of
not
ways,
everybody.
a direction? Right, but that's the point. Everybody does it different. Like everybody's different.
That's
Like
called
some
self-discipline.
right. Self-discipline.
Self-discipline. I put a set of
Self-discipline.
rules in where I'm going to shoot 1,000 free throws every day before
That's
practice.
it right there. Self-discipline. So
Exactly.
you said it, bro. You
And
said
that's
it.
and
You said
that
it.
that
Right, because
discipline.
discipline automatically infers a level of self-control. Point blank,
Right.
period. And
Right, very
it's not just showing up at 4 a.m. to shoot 1,000 free throws. Pardon me. Discipline also means that the night before you ain't going out and drinking.
You're not
You
eating
know what I'm
certain
saying?
foods. That's why I said the regimen that you take in. Like the difference between AI and Kobe is that. It's exactly that. Or Tom Brady being who he is versus somebody like Matt Ryan. I'm pretty sure Matt Ryan eat what the fuck he want to eat. Where Tom Brady's eating avocado ice cream, going to sleep at 7, 8 o'clock. Even though he got love for the game, that discipline kicked in too. So I'm just saying, sometimes you can be successful and not necessarily have that cold to arms discipline. You know what I'm saying?
That's interesting you
And-
say
but I
that, man,
think,
because
too,
anybody. Go ahead. I'm sorry, bro.
I think like this though, and no disrespect to none of y'all, but like when you talking about discipline and all that, and we talking like we got to stop using these above extraordinary niggas and say how are you disciplined in your own life? You understand what I'm saying? Like anybody can talk about, oh, I see Kobe, Mike Tyson, whoever the hell you want to talk about, but like how you applying that discipline within self and mastering that self-control so that you're not wilding out on a Friday night when you know you got something important Saturday morning. You know what I mean? Because that's what's going to move us forward as an individual and as a person, as a people. You know what I mean?
And that's where I was going to ask. That's why I was going to ask. Like, okay, so you brought up discipline, and that was a great point as far as consistency. You know what I mean? Now, as far as applying that to your show, what do you want? You know what I'm saying? What can we apply to ourselves in order to stay consistent? To get,
but I'm just naturally gifted.
You're just naturally gifted, and that's why you are where you are.
Exactly.
Yeah, see, look, I love that dude, but like, look at it like this. Like I said before, discipline definitely infers a level of self-control. We talking about wealth and all of that. Like, are you disciplined enough to not stop at McDonald's and grab something to eat and really come home and cook what you got in the fridge, even though it's the longer, more tedious route? Like, and that type of discipline, that's the shit
know
that's gonna,
Furious not doing that.
That's gonna
we
be
know
the shit.
Furious not doing that.
Right, we know that. And that's gonna
I'm
be the
doing
shit.
a lot better. What are you talking about?
And that's gonna be the shit that, honestly, man, when you really break, you know, when you self-analyze and be like, how much am I, like, again, are you going to the bar or are you buying a bottle and sitting at home? Like, you know what I mean? And even, or you just not drinking at all. Like, I mean, I know that's down the deep end, but like, that's what I'm saying. Like, you can go to the bar, spend $10 a drink, or you can buy the whole bottle for $30, $40 and be drinking for the next 2 weekends. You know what I mean? But it's that type of discipline that either keep you in an apartment or in your girl house or in your mama house versus letting you buy your own house.
Well, I would say it's about your priorities. Your discipline are a direct reflection of your priorities. If your priority is to go to the club, well, first of all, people don't go to the club to drink. They go to the club to get women.
Real quick. Shout out Big Dice. You gotta introduce yourself before you just start talking, homie. This ain't your show.
Not yet.
Not yet. God damn.
I'm plotting on you. You know what I'm saying? Light-skinned niggas get it too. You know what I'm saying?
Tell him, bro. Tell him again. Tell him again. Tell him that again.
God damn it, these hands is ready to eat for everybody. Everybody.
That's right, pal. We sticking together.
This your boy Big Dice 813. You know what I'm saying? So I believe that your priorities and your discipline are a direct reflection of each other. You know
your
what I'm saying?
your priorities is jacked up if you saying you go to the club just for women. You can get women anywhere. I'm going to the club to get right, get drunk, and get women.
But what I'm saying is now here's a response
like that.
But
finish up, Dice.
Well, hold on. Let me answer my brother.
Go ahead.
Here's the thing. You said you go to the club to get right. Because I can stay home and get right. Trust me, if there was no women at the club, no men would be there. Guaranteed.
Right, but it's an all-inclusive package. That's what I'm saying.
So what I'm saying, can't you have a woman come to your house and, like you said, get a bottle and chill? Why go to the club at all then?
To let loose.
Because that's what you feel like doing that day.
Get the fuck out of here.
That's what you feel like doing. You feel like being around, being with around.
We going too deep.
But anyway, it's broader than that. That's all. I'm just saying it's broader.
I know.
For sure. Okay. So, but we're all back on track. Your discipline is equivalent to your priorities. We make time for the people and things that are important in our life. You know what I'm saying? Like I got a cousin who works in Seattle, right? I rarely see him, but I talk to him almost every day. You know why? Because him calling me and reaching out for 5 minutes is important to him. So he does it consistent. He's disciplined with it. You understand what I'm saying? Well, I got sisters right here who live in Tampa who I never see. You know what I'm saying? That's because I'm not a priority to them, which is cool. You know, and that I believe that's the reason why they're equivalent. You know, so you're gonna go hard. That's a great point. You're gonna go hard on what's important to you. If you want more nuggets like this, hit my Cash App, Big Dice 8. I'm charging for everything in 2022, just to let you know.
And we getting 20%.
Isn't that?
And we getting 20%. Hey, bless.
Hey, don't trip. Send me your Cash App, Jake. I got you. Hey, you gotta pay the price of business. You gotta pay to do business.
It ain't just
the true test of your priorities, your discipline, though. You could say it's your priority all day, but then when something else comes that's more tempting, you might slide to that. And that's where the discipline kick in.
But here's the thing. Life changes your priorities. You got to think what was important when you were 20 is not important now.
But the discipline and your priority,
but my discipline never
that's
changed.
Hold up. That's where your discipline comes into play. When shit changes, if you are disciplined, the shit that changes ain't going to change your discipline because you are disciplined. So
that's what I'm saying.
If you got to take 1,000, if you got to take 1,000 free throws, it don't matter. Your wife is.
Hold on, Doc said, let's not bring up Kobe now. Come on, we talking about us, regular people.
Regular niggas. I'm saying if you want to be successful,
let's be honest.
Check it out.
You gotta bring up Kobe because that's what got Kobe where he was his discipline.
Hold on, Elsar brought up something, right? One of the things that separates a lot of youth that's in basketball from being consistent is the structure around them and being disciplined. You know what I'm saying? It takes to be able to have a certain income level to be able to go to the court and do certain things like that and get all of that done. Like you said, priorities come into play. You might have to watch your brother and sister take care of something.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So, but your discipline is you still get up. You still getting up, even though you got to do that job. Or you might have to get up earlier to work out because you got a job and you got to do other things.
Exactly.
Understand this, gentlemen. Life is fluid, and it took me years to understand this. And I came to this conception after playing. I was playing a grandmaster back when I used to play chess, and I asked him to analyze my game. I lost the game, of course, because he's a grandmaster. And he said this. He said, you come up in your head with great plans and you stick to them. You can't do that in chess or in life because with every move, the board changes. You can't fall in love with one way of doing things. You have to be fluid. You have to be able to adapt to the situation. So like Jay said, you might start out for a year taking those 1,000 shots a day. But, you know, if mama lose her job, you got to go to work. You can't take those 1,000 shots a day. That doesn't mean you're not disciplined. That just means there was a dynamic shift in your priorities.
He just spoke on it. He just spoke on it, though. I mean, look, he just spoke on it and said, you know, regardless of what the situation is, if you really still focus on that, then instead of getting up at 7 in the morning, you're gonna get up at 5 in the morning and go take them 1,000 shots still.
Unless
Discipline come into play.
Alicia Keys
Not allowing life's bullshit to offset what your focus is.
Exactly.
Your discipline is
Now,
what makes
let me
you
ask
do.
something. I'm sorry. Let me ask something. Let's take that 1,000 free throw. Let's say, moms, you got to work. Listen, man. Shooting is about the form, dog. You could do that sitting on the edge of your bed, man, working on your form and do it 1,000 times. Discipline. Like if it's about the flow and how it changes, then the dynamic of what you got to do to get that particular form right, to get that release right, you don't have to have a goal for that.
L, you sound like me talking to my son. This is what I tell my son every day. It's no reason for you not to be ill when you got a goal in front of your house. You can't give me an excuse that you need me to take you to the court because the goal is right in front of your house. You can't tell me you can't dribble, you can't work on your shot, you can't do this, you can't do that. And the goal is right in front of your house.
Man, listen.
And he got a ball.
Listen, I personally haven't heard any great man in my life that I've ever careered on. Some of you brothers on here as well. Most of y'all anyway, like I've never heard nobody not accomplish nothing without discipline, bro. Period.
Right.
I don't give a motherfucker how much you love anything, nigga.
Right. Hey,
discipline,
but you do have those outliers, and it happens. Sometimes people end up in the right spot at the right time. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, these happen, but like my man Verse said, we talking about
consistency.
Us right
we talking about consistency. That don't happen consistently.
Leaders don't make excuses; they make a way.
Anybody can go to Vegas and hit the million slot on a lucky day, but like the rest of us, it don't work that way.
My thing is this. So question.
Y'all also got to understand that if you miss a day, that don't mean you're not consistent.
And it don't mean you're not disciplined.
Now let me ask y'all this. Let me ask y'all this, and I'm gonna ask this right now, and then I'm gonna go to a break a little early. But I want to ask this question. I'm gonna let y'all ponder it for a moment. That can be real because I gotta take my dramatic pause. You can't talk during my dramatic pause. All right, hold up. All right, so
that's why you do a show.
Cats can be consistent for a job, which is for somebody else. They go there every day. But when it comes to building their own, that's when consistency becomes an issue. Why is it easier to be consistent for someone else rather than for yourself?
Good question.
Hip Hop Zone Radio, it's your man Bless the Party Sparker. What up?
Bro, what up?
And you know what it is, y'all. Power 357 Wealth Wednesdays. We're going to talk about that. Keep it locked right here. AcrossTheFader.com, moving your music around the globe.
And Across the Fader.
Keep it locked. This for you, L, son.
ROC, we running this rap shit. Memphis Bleak, we running this rap shit. B-Mac, we running this rap shit. Freeway, we running this rap shit. Owen Spark, we running this rap shit. Chris and Neat, we running this rap shit. Take over, the break's over, nigga. God MC, me, Jehovah. Hey, little soldier, you ain't ready for war. ROC too strong for y'all. It's like bringing a knife to a gunfight, pin to a test, chest in a line of fire with your thin ass vest. You bringing them boys to men, them boys pull win. This is grown man B.I. Get you rolled in the triage, biatch. Your reach ain't long enough, Dunny. Your beats ain't strong enough, fucker. Rockefeller is the army, better yet the Navy. Niggas will kidnap your baby, spit at your lady. We bring knife to fist fight, kill your drama. We kill you motherfucking ants with a sledgehammer. Don't let me do it to you, Dunny, cause I overdo it. So you won't confuse it with just rap music. ROC, we running this rap shit. M-Easy, we running this rap shit. The Broad Street Bully, we running this rap shit. It's zipped up in plastic when it happens, that's it. Freeway, we running this rap shit. Owen Sparks, we running this rap shit. Chris and Nick, we running this rap shit. I don't care if you mob deep, I hold triggers to cruise. You little fuck, I got money stacks bigger than you. When I was pushing weight back in 88, you was a ballerina. I got the pictures, I seen you. Then you dropped shook one, switch your demeanor. Well, we don't believe you, you need more people. Rockefeller, students of the game, we passed the class cause nobody can read you dudes like we do. Don't let them gas you like Jigger is ass and won't clap you. Trust me on this one, I'll detach you. Mind from spirit, body from soul. They have to hold a mask, put your body in a hole. No, you're not on my level, get your breaks tweaked. I sold what your whole album sold in my first week. You guys don't want it with Ho. Ask Nas, he don't want it with Ho. No, ROC, we running this rap shit. Be single, we running this rap shit. M-Easy, we running this rap shit. It's zipped up in plastic when it happens, that's it. Oh, it's Sparks, we running this rap shit. Freeway, we running this rap shit. Chris and Neat, we running this rap shit. I know you listen non-stop, but along with celebrity comes about 70 shots to your frame, nigga. You are. Use the fag model for Carcanine Esco ass. Went from nasty Nas to Esco's trash. Had a spark when you started, but now you just garbage. Fell from top 10 to not mention at all. To your bodyguards, Uzi Wally's verse better than yours. Matter of fact, you had the worst flow on the whole fucking song. But I know the sun don't shine if sun don't shine. That's why your careers come to an end. It's only so long fake thugs can pretend. Nigga, you ain't live it, you witnessed it from your folks' pad. You scribbled in your notepad and created your life. I showed you your first tech on tour with Large Professor. Then I heard your album about your tech on the dresser. So yeah, I sampled your voice, you was using it wrong. You made it a hot line, I made it a hot song. And you ain't get a coin, nigga, you was getting fucked in. I know who I paid, God, Searchlight Publishing. Use your... You said you been in this 10, I've been in it 5. Smart enough, Nas. 4 albums in 10 years, nigga. I could divide, that's one that be, let's say 2. 2 of them shits was due. One was nah, the other was Illmatic. That's a one hot album every 10-year average, and that's so. Nigga, switch up your flow, your shit is garbage. You trying to kick knowledge? Your niggas gonna learn to respect the king. Don't be the next contestant on that Summer Jam screen because you know who. Yeah, you know what, well, you know who. Yeah, just keep that between me and you. And ROC, we running this rap shit. M-Easy, we running this rap shit. The Broad Street Bully, we running this rap shit. Get zipped up in plastic when it happens, that's it. Wait, we running this rap shit. Oh, and Sparks, we running this rap shit. Chris and Neat, we running this rap shit. A wise man told me don't argue with fools, cause people from a distance can't tell who is who. So stop with that childish shit, nigga, I'm grown. Please leave it alone, don't throw rocks at the throne. Do not bark up that tree will fall on you. I don't know why your advisors ain't forewarned you. Please, not Jay, he's not for play. I don't slack a minute. All that thug rapping and gimmicks, I will end it. All that yapping me finished. You are not deep, you made your bed, now sleep. Don't make me expose you to them folks that don't know you. Nigga, I know you well, all the stolen jewels. Twinkle toes, you breaking my heart. You can't fuck with me, go play somewhere, I'm busy. And all you other cats throwing shots at Jigger.
Fuck y'all niggas. I had to finish that up. Hip Hop Zone Radio. You know what it is. It's your man Bless the Party Sparker. What's hood?
It's your boy Jay the Pro. What's good?
Man. Rough Wednesdays. I'm sorry. I had to finish the bar for Jay. You only get half a bar. We talking about consistency, y'all. Shout out to everybody checking in right now, everybody on Zoom, everybody across the globe. Big shout out to everybody right now listening in. Let me get these numbers. 83 countries right now. 103,724 people. What up? Shout out to everybody on Zoom right now. All the usual suspects. Big Dice, what up? Furious, what up? Bro Pete, what up? L Son, what up? Roderick Watson, what's good? Die to Diverse, what up? Prince Paul the Don. It's me and Jada Pro. So we are talking about consistency. You need what? You need consistency. And the question posed was, why is it so much easier? I ain't forget, man. I forgot the topic earlier. I ain't forget the question. But the question is, why is it so much easier to be consistent when working for someone else? You go there 5 days a week, 40 hours a week. You can do that. But when it comes to doing it for yourself, it becomes a challenge. It becomes a problem.
Because you get a consistent check.
Well, brother, may I address that?
You know why you here? Go ahead, Dice.
Because we've been conditioned to work for somebody else. It's all about social engineering. You've been trained to go to school so you can get a job, so you can buy a house, so you can raise a family. That's called social engineering. There is no class or no, excuse me. Your mother or father didn't teach you to, be an entrepreneur or to start your own business. You were conditioned to work for somebody else. You were conditioned to be a cog in the system. Now, because the economy is shifting, we see that going to work isn't cutting it anymore.
Can I just say one thing?
Go ahead, bro.
That's not necessarily true.
Which part?
The part where you said that parents don't teach their kids to be entrepreneurs.
Well, hold on. Well, let me redact that then. Most parents.
Yeah, because I was going to say something about that too, because my father used to get on us all the time.
Let me say this. Some, but not all. There you go. That's better.
Yeah, my father used to get on us all the time. He would say, you go on a job, get up 5 o'clock in the morning to catch that bus. Make sure you're there by 7 o'clock. Okay, and you stay there and watch the clock until 5 o'clock so you can get off. He said, now you go to working for somebody else. Imagine putting that same amount of time and that same amount of effort in yourself. Imagine where you'd be at.
That sounds like my mom.
And that's the point. And that's the point. That's the point.
Well, Bless, can I say something?
Who's that?
It's Rod.
Rod, hold on. You got to introduce yourself, bro. I say, who's that? I know who you are, man. I'm saying, who is that so you can introduce yourself?
Rod Watson. You know what it is.
That's what's up. Where you at, Rod?
GC, holding it down.
Hold on. He said GC. Everybody don't know that. That's GC, Glen Cove, New York. Shout out Long Island, New York. What up?
Hey, I thought the brother said DC.
No, I did too for a second.
That's why I had to correct him. I had to add that in there.
I was like, he said GC. I'm like, what's GC?
Is that part of GC?
But anyway,
go ahead.
I think it goes back to the word you started off with, discipline. We get disciplined to that whole mindset of after we do a certain amount of hours, we get paid a certain amount of money. What Jada Pro was saying. A lot of times people, they get that's the whole mentality of being disciplined to this is what we do. If we do this, we get this. A lot of times when you put money into trying to be an entrepreneur, you have to discipline yourself to trying to get the money. The bag is going to be there if you have a job because you do a certain amount of hours and you're going to get X amount of dollars. But when you got to put that discipline into trying to get the bag and try to generate a bag, it's a lot harder.
So, brother, am I to understand what you mean that it's security in working for somebody else?
Yeah, that's the first thing I said.
That's very much so.
Because you consistently go work for somebody because you consistently get a check versus working for yourself. When you work
you may not get a check.
Where?
Okay, I understand the point.
You have to generate a bag. You have to generate a bag opposed to getting a bag.
Where is a person going to consistently work and not get a check?
Let me ask a question. When does consistency turn into complacency?
Ooh, shit.
Turns into complacency when your ass get lazy and don't want to move no further.
Exactly.
Consistency can't be complacency.
Yeah.
You said it can't be?
It can't
It can
be.
be. Yeah.
No,
I agree.
No, it can be.
How can consistency
You can be consistent at something, and you can be consistent at something and be complacent with where you're at in it. Okay, you just say fuck it. I reached where I'm satisfied with where I'm at. I'm not interested really in going any further. You know, as long as I don't go backwards, I'm content. You know, when that's what it turns into. I wanted to piggyback on something that Dice said. All right,
please, Big Brother, please.
When somebody works a job, that shows that they don't have the when they complacent in their job, and that just means that they don't want to work. To go to work for yourself, it's just that. You're going to work. You're not going to a job. There's a difference in working and having a job.
It is a difference.
Good point, Big Bro.
I agree.
That's actually a great point. I feel you. I see how Jay was looking. Go ahead, Jay. You got a point to make.
No, some smoke got in my eye.
Oh, okay.
you don't want that smoke with Bro Pete. You know that.
But Brother Pete, I want to say something about.
Hey, I always wanted with Bro Pete. Come on now.
Bro Pete, you know
that
nowadays.
should make my teeth whiter.
Bro Pete was saying, you know what's funny is nowadays there's a hybrid of both. You got a lot of people that take that job while they work for themselves on another situation. So they want the consistency of that money. But the thing is now is they trying to COVID change the mindset. Because if a lot of people started realizing like this could be all over tomorrow.
And see, Rod.
And I'm not saying that.
Hold on, bro, Pete. Just to speak on what you're talking about, Rod.
That's a good point, Rod.
That's really the difference, I think, between consistency and complacency. Because there can be complacency in a job to where it's like, okay, this is my job. I'm going to retire from here. And when I retire, I'm going to get my check every week and I'm going to be good until I die. This is my job and my job is going to pay me until I die. Now,
that's indoctrination.
That's complacency. Now,
but is it complacency? Can I just say this? Add a little wrinkle. But if there are systems put in place at the job that you work for, it allows you to be complacency and consistent at the same time. That's why those structures are set up. That's why they have certain ways that you learn how to do stuff on that job. Versus when you're working for yourself, it takes more than just consistency. It takes know-how. It takes understanding of the market that you're in. Right. It takes the wherewithal to be able to have money, like Rod said, to throw into it, where I can be consistent on my job and be very successful and still be complacent.
I agree, bro. That's real talk. Remember, responsibility is the problem. A lot of times it's the responsibility of your own doing your own thing. A lot of people don't know how to go make a bag.
It's hard.
They don't even know where to start.
Right.
So the responsibility of that is what gets a lot of people complacent. If you look in some of these communities there, a lot of those little small country towns in South Georgia, they're going to just work for the factory because of the responsibility it takes to really generate wealth down south. Like, you really got to be on your shit.
Now, I deal with young black men in the juvenile justice system. You'd be surprised at how many of them truly come to me one-on-one and say and literally tell me they don't believe that they can do it. And I tell them that the system is set up to make you believe that you cannot do it.
Well, you got to think, man, the old axiom says a bird born in a cage thinks flying is an illness. And all of us have been born in a cage.
They truly believe that they cannot do it. And I have to sit with them and I have to show them, a couple of them I take step by step. Matter of fact, guess who one of them was? Do you remember the show we had? And I had the 14-year-old brother that came on that was in the stock markets, that was doing stocks.
Yeah.
He was one of them. He said, I can't do that. I said, you don't know that until you check it out. He got into it. Oh, that brother's doing good in stocks now.
Shout out to the bro.
But let me touch on this for a second. You ready? When you hold a job versus working for yourself. When you work for yourself, you gotta constantly 247 be on your grind. When you hold a job, you're constantly trying to figure out how to put the least amount of work in to get the highest check possible. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you figure out ways.
Hold up, Di. Not the highest check possible, because you're gonna get the same check regardless.
No, that's not true.
You trying to put in the least amount of work.
That's not true.
You trying to get that raise every day.
Right. You trying to.
I mean, both are true. Both are true, right? But you trying to do the minimum amount of work, get paid, and get out. So if you don't have that desire to
maximize your compensation.
There you go. Thank you.
Responsibility, bro. When it lies on you and the ship sinks, man, it's either you or somebody whose boat you're gonna jump off of.
And yo, I'm gonna tell you, ain't no worse feeling in the world than when you jump out there for Delph and fail.
Right, but no, it's not. But you got to understand what failure is. See, we got to.
It's a way to learn. I understand what it is, but it don't change the feeling. It don't change the feeling that you feel when you initially get up with it.
Hey, you there? Hold up, Doc. Go ahead, Doc. Hey, bro, Pete, go ahead. Explain what failure is, what you were just about to say, and then I want Doc to finish what he was about to say.
Failure is not meaning that you have reached the bottom. Failure just means that you've learned what not to do the next time.
Bad.
Failure within itself is success. If you go into something afraid to fail, then you'll never be successful.
Right, that's what you saying, like what Thomas Edison said, right? It said, yo, it took him 200 times to figure out the light bulb. And they say, yo, did you fail 199 times? He said, no, I just learned 199 times how not to make the light bulb. Now that's all well and good. That's all well and good. But when you apply some real life-ish to it, and you got bills to pay, a family to feed and everything, and you lay it on the line and still fail,
failure's not an option.
Yo.
That's when you need discipline.
Yeah.
Yeah, you go back at it. Exactly.
That's what you need. I feel you, bro. That's real. I don't mean to cut you off, bro, Pete, real quick. I feel you to the most, bro, because me starting this, when I was doing this trucking business, bro, like, bro, this is so crazy, bro. Like, first time my truck run down and I ain't know nothing about a maintenance account, I had to sit 30 days, bro, with no paper until I found a way to get it fixed. I feel you, bro. I feel you when you said that. Failure, it doesn't change the failure part of it. So the thing about it is the discipline. Yeah. The discipline of it is why I kept going. Because I got this machine that I own that I gotta find a way to make it work.
And that's why I feel like what you're saying, as far as, L's son, actually, he's the one that brought up discipline. You know what I'm saying? Because honestly, like, dead serious, we've been going since 2007. All right, across the fader.com. You know how much shit we've been through since 2007, where it was like, we did shit that we didn't know that you can't do. Oh, you're not supposed to do that? Okay, bet. Now I know.
And you did it anyway, huh?
Oh, we did it anyway. But
like Dave Chappelle, right? I didn't know I wasn't allowed to do that.
I didn't know I wasn't allowed to. I'm sorry. Okay. My bad. So, you know what I mean? And we've been tapped on the ass. We've been, you know what I'm saying? We were like, hey, we've been shut down. It's all types of shit that we had to go through. You know what I'm saying? And learning. So with this,
and your consistency, like your consistency made tonight possible.
What's that?
I said that your consistency is what's even making tonight possible.
His love too. The love
gotta be right. He said,
I said love too. No, I don't mean to,
though.
Nah, I feel
I don't mean to throw no daggers. I don't mean to throw no daggers, but we need to also tell our history a little right. Thomas Edison didn't invent that light bulb.
I was about to say Nikola Tesla did.
Lattimore, a black man, invented that light bulb.
He fucks you up, man.
So we need to tell our history right for the listeners out there.
Who was that?
It is Black History Month.
Who was that, bro, Pete?
Lewis Lattimore.
Lewis Lattimore. Wasn't he like a singer?
Singer. Look him up.
He owns the patent for it.
Come on, Bless, man. That's Kenny Lattimore, bro. You tripping?
Oh, that's right. My bad.
See how you do, L? You see how you do, L?
Yeah, he slick with it.
Throw the
He tried
whole
to
show,
slick with it.
throw the whole show off the rails.
You gotta understand, man. This is what I do. Fuck that.
Who owns the patent for it, though? That's what I want to know.
Who's Lewis
Thomas Edison owned the patent for it, the same way IBM would own the patent for anything that
And
you
Ford.
invented.
All right. So again,
And
another one of us beat at their game. Like, I understand what you're saying, bro, Peter. I ain't going against you, but I'm saying, like, at the end of the day, whoever owns the patent owns the rights to it.
Yeah, but the inventor himself shows me who's intelligent, who's smart, who was able to make it happen. Okay.
But doesn't that go back to the point that I made earlier when we talk about discipline? And as much as I love discipline, it doesn't necessarily have to do with being successful. We sitting here talking about a situation where Thomas Edison stole the prototype of the light bulb from Lewis Lattimore.
And you got to also remember,
what did he do? Consistently steal from people?
Yeah,
basically,
because he owned the factory.
That's what they do. They're good at that.
Work then. Okay, you also got to remember that this was a time where black men couldn't own a patent.
That's right. That's right. That's what makes the difference.
So you got to understand the times that we're dealing with. You know.
Go ahead, bro. Pete, spit that shit. But when you do it, make sure that they understand that not to get caught up in that same cycle right here, right now. You know what I mean? I know me personally, like looking at patents and they want $10,000 for a patent. You could have the banging idea, but if you ain't got the 10 racks to back that idea is worthless.
And that's a good point. That's a good point, because I was just thinking the same, like, okay, let's say, what's the difference in now and somebody buying that idea from you? What's really the difference?
Nothing.
You come up with a great idea.
Even though they say we able to own it, is it really financially feasible for us to purchase it when you still trying to live life?
So let me say this.
Get at him, bro. Pete, it's the nature of the beast, right, bro?
Hold on. Hold on, bro. Pete, let me say this, because this is where you start to understand it's chess, not checkers. If you got an idea and you ain't got the funds or the resources in order to make your idea yours, in order to patent it and do all that other stuff, you can still get investors. There's ways to protect yourself rather than sell your idea. You know what I mean? There's ways of doing it. No. There's ways of doing it.
Actual application.
Let me show you the argument.
What investor's gonna give you that and still let you keep 100%?
Y'all missing the argument.
I ain't saying 100%. But what I'm saying is, okay, so check it out. You may have an idea. Let's say you have an idea. You know, let's say for virtual reality. Let's say that's, you know, you're about to do some shit. This person wants to. You can either sell it, or you can lease it to someone and you get 40% for 5 years. They're putting up the dough. You get 40% for 5 years, and then after the 5 years, you own it. You ain't getting 100%.
That's a whole nother
where
show
a lot
for
of
a different
cats
World
look
Wednesday.
at. That's where a lot of cats look at. They want that 100%.
Yeah, that's a whole nother show for a different World Wednesday. It's your shit, G. I'm not trying to cut you off. I'm just saying, like, reality is this: the fight is fixed. It's always been fixed. It's always going to be fixed against us. So, and I say that to say, who else you know that got to give up a percentage of something of theirs that's theirs? Nobody but us. Why we always got to kowtow and bow down to that? You know what I'm saying?
Don't have the finances.
And be happy with the 60, 70% we get when truly 100% of it is supposed to be us. And in history going to tell a different story, just like the Thomas Edison thing. Like, shit is deep, bro.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
I get your point, Don, but that's not the current reality right now. That's not the current paradigm. And it was that way, just like Bro Pete and just like you saying, but that's no longer the current reality. Like, even though people like wilding or memeing on the NFT movement or the blockchain or the smart contract, in Atlanta, I've met high-profile IBM engineers who are Black, who have taken their intellectual properties, went into the blockchain with it, protected it, patented it, encrypted it, and lined it up with all types of code and different things, and they saved money. They didn't go to the USPTO. They didn't do all this other stuff. And it's just like you and Jada Pro said, it can be expensive if you do it the standard way. But it's so many ways nowadays that's not the standard way if you really look into it and know someone's not going to be readily there to hold your hand, because it's still such a new wave and it's so versatile, and there's so many branches that this new technology can go off into. And when you learn the fundamentals of the basics of the new technology, it's like Play-Doh. You can
hold up 1 second. You said IBM engineers.
Yeah, he was a guy. He did Uber. He took me to the Mercedes-Benz Stadium during a big game. I had to escort 2 Chainz, and he got me to work on time. And during the Uber ride, I talked about what I did. He talked about what he did, and then he started showing me his technology. And I was like, so what you doing Uber for? You know what I mean? He was just like, it's just something on the side or whatever, that he does to network, especially when there's big events like, Atlanta.
Can I tell you something, Lucky? If somebody come to him right now and say, "I give you $500,000 right now for that patent you have," he's selling it.
I mean, that his plan when he told me in the car is that he wants to sell it, but he found a way.
That's the problem.
He found a
That's
way.
the point.
To
that's the
protect
point.
his.
But that's the point we making. The point we making is, in
We don't hold on to shit.
we don't have no choice but to let it go.
Look, Jada Pro, I agree with you 100%, but it's really a duality.
It is.
Duality is what you just said, and then fact it on top. Like, I ain't never even heard that until Homeboy just said it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That information is not readily out there like that. So
No,
it
it's
means
out there.
that
It's out there.
It's out there.
out there.
They
It's
have
out there
classes
by the
on
right
blockchain.
people.
all right, you hit the Google and tell me what come up first. You ain't gonna see that shit.
Yeah,
So when
because
I say
Google
readily out
control
there,
that shit. So yeah, you ain't gonna really see. You ain't gonna see the real information with main controlling like ABC or Google. Like, that's why you have to go to a .io or go to a certain or a certain part of the dark web.
and
You have
that's
to go to Discord and different
that's
stuff.
the knowledge. That knowledge right there, where to look, where to go, all of that. That needs to be more readily available to all of us that is trying to do stuff.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. Why it
Then
gotta
we
be
could
some-
say, yeah.
Why we gotta go knock on the door in some hole in the wall corner, like, I'm literally
Because
like,
they'll stop it, Die. They'll just like what happened with Black Wall Street. What happened with just what Bro Pete was talking about. Just like they're gonna stop it. Like, even with crypto now.
that's what I said. The fight is fixed.
Yeah, the fight is fixed. but we got tools now to fight back.
I'm sorry. Hey, Lucky, let me stop you. Let me stop you. Check it out. I want to say this. We've been saying that for far too long.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Fight is fixed. You know what I'm saying? The fight was fixed. We got avenues, we got ways of doing things now for ourselves to fix the fight to benefit us.
Nigga, we had the Underground Railroad that benefited us, but it wasn't accessible to everybody. So what are you
That was
saying?
a long time ago.
Do
What
we
got
control
now?
infrastructure? We don't control infrastructure.
Huh?
But
We don't
but-
control
but at the
infrastructure.
But at the same time, this is a different time because there is no,
Y'all
everybody
right.
has access to money.
We have
Everybody.
access to it, but
You
not
have
listen.
more access to
Law-
money than ever before.
Bro, listen to what they're doing to Bitcoin. And Lucky, you can attest to this. They just put taxes on Cash App, bro.
Yeah, and
Cash
PayPal.
App, Zelle.
Boy,
And
that
PayPal.
tells you right there. That tells you right there.
And PayPal.
The game is fixed. They said, hold up. These niggas is getting money on the side and using debit accounts to do it. Oh no, we about to tax their ass.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's fixed.
And bet you this,
why do
bet
you
you
think-
this, whoever break that code, they gonna come for us first before they come for their own, like they always do. So don't sit here and sell me some pipe dream like, oh, there's different. Yo, I'm gonna say this. Bro Pete said this to me the other week, and it resonates in me, man. Ain't nothing different now than it was in the 60s than it was whenever. Look at the
Ain't
same,
no
different.
look at the
Saying,
same
Jay.
ads, look at everything. It's all the same. So, like,
Yep.
what are we doing now to move that move that needle forward.
So let me say this, Dot. You said ain't nothing changed between now, and you made a specific point. The 60s.
Yeah, your voting rights.
The 60s. You know what I'm saying?
Your voting rights.
There was
shit don't mean nothing now. Fighting for your voting rights.
That's because I got somebody that could, somebody right here that could speak on it for you and let you know that. Like, yo, I'm telling you, dude will blow your mind when you really sit there and analyze the stuff that come out of his mouth.
Bro, P, what did you say about voting rights?
Hit him. Here go the guru from Shangri-La. Get him, bro, P.
We fighting for voting rights right now in the courts right now about your voting rights. Okay, but I'm gonna give you something. And I'm gonna see if you can see it. I'm gonna give you something. This is a Jet magazine.
I remember those.
It's dated 1969. Okay. Wow. I want to tell me if you can read this first page right here.
Read it to us. Read it to us.
We can't read it, brother.
Black vote is key matter for both parties. This is 1969. They still talking about that shit today.
Of course.
So it ain't about what they doing. It's about what the fuck are we doing?
Bro, listen to what I'm saying. Y'all right. Everybody's right. And the reason why I keep going back to what Di is saying, the reason why the fight is fixed is because there's only two real parties. And those two real parties do not represent us in any way.
We need to have a party to represent us.
We don't have nothing. That's why
we're not a nationality.
And I want to talk about this more, but we gotta go into break. Y'all know what time it is. Y'all know what time it is. And we got Rod Watson on here. We got Jada Pro who about to get deep. He heated right now. Look at him. He ready. You know what I'm saying?
Right here. I can't just be me, can I? Can I just be me? Can I live, nigga?
No,
damn.
No, nigga.
They don't want to see you break.
That nigga mad. Nigga, my teeth white.
They don't want to see you be great, Jada Pro.
Shout out El Son. Shout out E-Cop.
Pro stupid, yo.
You know what it is, y'all. Hip Hop Zone Radio. You know what it is, y'all. Wealth Wednesdays, Power 357 Radio. Movie and music around the globe.
It's Jada Pro and Across the Fader.
Keep it locked, y'all.
Excuse my charisma, vodka with a spritzer, swagger down pat, call my shit Patricia, young money militia, and I am that commissioner. You don't want Star Weezy, cause the F is for finisher. So misunderstood, but what's the world without enigma? Two bitches at the same time, synchronized swimmers. Got the girl twisted, cause she open when you twist her. Never met the bitch, but I fuck her like I missed her. Life is the bitch, and death is her sister. Sleep is the cousin, what a fucking family picture. You know Father Time, and we all know Mother Nature. It's all in the family, but I am of no relation. No matter who's buying, I'm a celebration. Black and white diamonds, fuck segregation. Fuck that shit, my money up. You niggas just hunting up. Young money running shit, and you niggas just runner-ups. I don't feel I done enough, so I'ma keep on doing this shit. Let's watch it, a young tuna fish. Yeah. I'm going back in. Okay, I lost my mind. It's somewhere out there stranded. I think you staying under me if you don't understand me. Had my heart broken by this woman named Tammy. But hoes gon' be hoes, so I couldn't blame Tammy. Just talk to moms, told her she the sweetest. I beat the beat up, call it self-defense. Swear man, I be seeing through these niggas like sequence. Niggas think they heathen. Pow, pow, the end. Talking to myself because I am my own consultant. Married to the money, fuck the world, that's adultery. You full of shit, you close your mouth and let your ass talk. Young money eating, all you haters do is ass out. Stop playing, bitch, I got this game on deadbolt. Mine so sharp, I fuck around and cut my head off. Real nigga all day and tomorrow. But these motherfuckers talking crazy like they jaw broke. Glass half empty, half full, I'll spill ya. Try me and run into a wall outfielder. You know I'm a ball till they turn off the field lights. The fruits of my labor, I enjoy them while they still right. Bitch, stop playing, I do it like a king do. If these niggas animals, then I'ma have a mink soon. Tell them bitches I say put my name on the wall. I speak the truth, but I guess that's a foreign language to y'all. And I call it like I see it. his own, satisfied with nothing. You don't know the half of it. Young money, cash money. Paper chaser, tell that paper, look, I'm right behind ya. Bitch, real G's moving silence like lasagna. People say I'm borderline crazy, sorta kinda. Woman of my dreams, I don't sleep so I can't find her. You niggas are gelatin, peanuts to an elephant. I got through that sentence like a subject and a predicate. Yeah, with a swag you would kill for. Money too strong, pockets on bodybuilder. Jumped in a wishing well, now wish me well. Tell them kiss my ass, call that kiss and tell. Yeah, word to my mama, I'm out of my llama bean. Don't wanna see what that drama mean. Get some drama mean, or I'ma scream hotter than summer sun on a Ghana queen. Now all I want is hits, bitch. Wayne signed a fiend. I play the side for you niggas that's trying to front and see. Son of gun, son of Sam, you niggas the son of me. Pause for this dumber speech, I glow like Buddha. Disturb me, and you'll be all over the flow like Luda. Bitch, I flow like scuba. Bitch, I'm bold like Cuba. And I keep a killer hoe, she gon' blow right through ya.
Hip Hop Zone.
Stacking them out, I pack like a mover. Shout the ratchet for backing out on behalf of my shooter. Niggas think they high as I come laugh at your ruler. Cash money cold, bitch, but our actions is cooler. Wayne, these niggas out they mind, and I told these fuck niggas some 100 times that I keep them bucks. They be on my mind, tuck these, I buck these on your mind. Pause, to feed them on my grind, get a beat a little up, keep throw my sign in the middle, hit them my piece on my side, cause ain't no peace on my side. Bitch, I'm a man, I visit urinals with bride. Tune tell me too, I'm shooting when the funeral outside. I'm uptown, thoroughbred at BX, nigga, you heard Gunna.
Hip Hop Zone. It's your man, Bless the Party Sparker. What's up?
It's your boy Jay the Pro. What's good?
You know what it is, y'all. Wealth Wednesdays right here. Hip Hop Zone Radio, Power357radio.com. Live.
Hey,
across.
I got ABM, bro. I got ABM. I got ABM.
ABM?
Yeah.
Did you tell Furious what you was talking about earlier?
Nah. I got ABM though. Angry Black Man Syndrome, nigga.
I thought he was about to say aggressive bowel movement syndrome.
ABS?
There you go. See, there you go, Lucky. Lucky done went way. I said ABM, nigga. God damn, y'all niggas can't hear?
I was like, yo, what is the ABM?
This nigga talking about over constipation and shit. What you talking about,
bro?
bro?
A sports car or something. I was like, yo.
Anti-lag brake system? I got too many acronyms in my mind.
That's what happened when you too light-skinned. You don't know what angry black man syndrome
I'm
is.
sorry.
Life is just good for you.
Exactly.
Hey, hold on.
Hey,
At what point I was angry?
I'm in a happy middle, so I don't know how to relate to that.
You ain't no happy middle, nigga. You brown skin. Ain't no happy middle. What y'all talking about?
Brown skin is happy
middle. That is a happy middle. He brown skin. That's why.
Hey, check it out. Check it out.
Irish smoker.
Hey, Di. Hey, Di. And Di gonna get heated at me when I say this, but they're not one of us.
Die dark. Hold on. Die darker than you though, nigga. Hold on. Die like 5 shades darker than you. You trying to get that nigga on your team.
No,
you trying to get that nigga on your team.
We the same. We the same.
Look at Furious face over there listening to you.
In his head he is.
We're not the same. We not the same.
In his head he is.
I said me and Bless is the same. We ain't the same.
Bless is middle European white. What y'all talking about?
Tell them they're not the same.
Bless is Bosnian.
Oh no, Bless, you do be giving me some strong Eric Andre vibes sometimes, man. Like,
Eric Andre.
Look, see, y'all falling into that brown paper bag trap again. I'm not going to leave that alone. Okay?
I'm just saying.
You're all black. You got a drop of black blood. You black. That's it. Let's get back on task.
There we
go, Bro Pete. Let's get back on task.
Bro Pete enjoying this shit.
Yes, I am.
You talking about get back on track.
Bro Pete, what was you saying earlier?
We was talking about consistency and dedication.
Now, just before the break, y'all was talking about why we don't have
discipline, nigga.
I want to hear what he had to say.
Oh, political party, yeah.
Yeah, y'all was talking about not having a political party, but that goes to discipline. We don't have one because we're not disciplined enough to control one. We're not disciplined enough. We're not disciplined enough to run one. Everybody wants to be the head nigga in charge, thinking they got the idea, instead of everybody coming together and writing down a constitution or writing down a code of conduct or coming up with a damn, I hate it when my tongue does that, but coming up with an agenda. Okay, we don't have an agenda. We just willy-dilly all over the goddamn place.
All right, can I just say this?
Go ahead.
Can I just say one name? And Rod, you can speak to this. McCarthy. Okay, they had a video record and J. Edgar Hoover. They had a tape on every influential Black person that was doing something in the 60s. Okay, so what that tells me is they're gonna stop it at the root of the infrastructure. I feel what you're saying. We ain't had one. We ain't had a party.
Yeah, but see, this is where y'all getting it twisted. As soon as y'all do it, they're gonna change the rules because that's what they do.
That's what they doing now.
Right.
What do you think the whole voter right thing is right now? They changing the rules.
Look,
they seen that Blacks
because
came
Obama
out and got their man out.
No.
Nah,
listen.
Trump,
Here's the best example I'm gonna give you. For anybody that's living in Georgia right now, Georgia now just became a swing vote state. I told people the year that Hillary Clinton, I told my mother, I says, Mom, in 4 years, Georgia's voting blue. She looked at me, she says, why? I said, because it's purple. More people, Black people are migrating down to Georgia instead of Black people migrating to the north. So it became blue. I predicted that 4 years ago. I said, it's going to turn blue next time. And sure enough, turned blue. Because that and Black people actually came out and voted. Black people that hadn't voted in a time came out and voted. You piss off a bunch of people, they will come out and vote. They're never going to give us voting rights. They're never going to pass the John Lewis bill. They're only using it to piss off Black people to come out and vote for the. Why do you think they keep stalling? They're never going to give us that.
Why is it 2022 and we still talking about gerrymandering?
Let me say this real
right.
Hold on, Di, real quick. I don't think a lot of people understand. John Lewis bill. Speak on what it is.
It's a lot of components to it. A lot of basically when they carved out the fifth section in the voting, the way originally the voting law was the voting rights. It took out the checks and balances with things. John Lewis bill.
Let me ask you real quick because we've spoken about this. So Black people have the right to vote until when?
Until they decide not to let you.
Listen, every no. Think about it. No. He's right. Black people are the only people that every 8 years. No,
every 20 years you gotta wait for the president to sign a bill.
To sign a bill. Yep. Bush was the last one, and that was the controversy. Was the fact that it was part of the Voting Rights Act. We're the only ones that actually it has to be reauthorized.
Yep.
And watch this. And watch
why
this.
Is that?
Wait a minute. Watch this. Before you ask that question, let me give you this because this is really gonna fuck you up. Think about this. The white man don't have to worry about voting for the rest of his life.
Nope.
He ain't got to worry about no bill. Wait a minute. I'm not done. The immigrant comes from another motherfucking country, wasn't born here, ain't did shit for this country. He gets a motherfucking, when he gets his citizenship, he don't have to worry about voting not another day in his life. He can vote every day. He ain't got to worry about no bill, no shit, no nothing, okay? We are the only people, the American Negro, the American Black man, the Afro-American, or whatever you want to call yourself. We the only ones that have to rely on a presidential signature every 20 years in order for us to vote.
So why y'all arguing with us then?
I swear, like, okay, from one standpoint, just a quick thing, I'm not arguing. I definitely, like I just told a client now, I just helped a client last night learn how to accept crypto for their business and get past the old system. But I told her, like, even with the ability of blockchain, smart, all that stuff, all that new wave technology, right? Even with what it's did in the last almost 10 years, is they can't stop it or manipulate it or control it, but they can get people before they learn about crypto, and they can get people after they've already received crypto and they try to liquidate it into the old economy. And so they know they can't control it. They know they couldn't stop it since they ratified it in 2013. They know they couldn't stop it when they added it to the stock and Wall Street and, you know, different markets in 2016. They know they couldn't stop it when India, China, and Russia tried to box the U.S. out and make sure that they didn't trade, do exchanges with the U.S. government while the U.S. government is bidding for a new digital substitution for the U.S. dollar. Like, so all that's
But let me say this.
Like
Let me say this real quick about what you're talking about, Lucky. That's wealth.
Yeah,
What they're talking about, what they're talking
what
about
he's
is
missing-
power. Hold up, bro, Pete. They're talking about power right now. You know what I mean? And talking about power, we're talking about the fact that the only people in the United States that don't have a guaranteed right to vote is us.
So let me double down on that real quick. So I don't know who's in tune to what or whatever. Me and Rob was having this conversation the other day. So y'all know the Constitution, right? You know the
I'm gonna
13th
call him Silk. I'm gonna call him Silk.
All right. So you know the 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendment are all revolved around slavery, right? And freeing us, right? Do you know we about to lose the 14th Amendment? Are y'all up on that?
Yep. So that's what I was getting ready to say. Yep, we keep talking about black wealth. We keep talking about how we can make money in cryptocurrency and all that. We talk about that and all that's good. But they don't need to stop the money. They can stop
stopping
you.
us. That's what I was just about
Word
to
is
say.
gone.
They
Yo, look,
listen.
Don't get it twisted. That January 6th thing, within the 14th Amendment, the third clause of it is buried that one who has been charged and convicted of insurrection can no longer run for office, hold office, you can't even be a postman for the government no more. Now they put that in play because those 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendments, they came about after the Civil War. So when the Civil War was over and they got the South back in line, all of them congressmen that was part of the South that had seceded wanted to be back in DC now, right? So what they did was make it so the ones who co-signed the Confederacy couldn't be part of it no more.
They boxed them out.
Right. That's where you have that if you've been charged with insurrection. They gotta do where was he from? Rob, what I say, North Carolina, South Carolina?
Cost something.
Yeah, right? Yo, some went to file his papers because you got elections, you got the mid-elections and the 2022 elections about to come up. They hitting all of them dudes. If they can charge them with co-signing the whole block the vote thing and all of that, which spawned the insurrection on DC, they're insurrectionists now. If you think for a second that the Republicans take over the House and take over the Senate, that they not gonna eradicate the 14th Amendment, because they can't just eradicate one part of it. They gotta eradicate the whole amendment. Bro, y'all sitting there thinking everything is hunky-dory, not knowing your freedom is at stake. Bro, Peter tell you, they've been plotting to put us back on the plantation for years. Be it throw you in the penitentiary, be it take all whatever monies you can get with the last movement.
Taxes.
Right? This whole new movement with, let's send the IRS after anybody that's bringing $600 or more in a year off of Zelle, all of this. You gotta have to, yo, come on, bro.
Who is that hurting?
More at play. So don't sit
Who is
here
that hurting?
and when I say that the fight is fixed, don't never think for a second that it ain't. It's a constant struggle that we in, bro. And when you think you got it, they change the rules.
They change
what
the
they
rules.
do.
And
They
that's
do
what
it.
I'm saying. If that hasn't changed, and that's what I'm saying. Like, that's all the stuff I've been keeping on top of. And bro, Pete, no, it's not just about getting money, because if it was just about that, and I had to tell even the people who took $250,000 from me last year, I had to tell them, and these are some of the same people trying to set up private farms, off the grid settlements for black community, like some of the same people, right? And they literally betrayed me because they like, I'm gonna be on Uncle Sam's side, but I know at the end of the day, Uncle Sam gonna kill me too because of my skin color. Even with people riding around with people like that, really big, heavy movers and shakers, It's the same thing I'm gonna tell I say them, I'm gonna say now. It's not about the damn money. It really isn't. The point is, the reason why we can't get together and create these political parties or communities that we control our vote or our freedom or our future is because people don't feel protected. They didn't feel protected when they got killed or tortured or all types of things in the plantation days. They don't feel protected now, which is why they bow down to the COVID regulations. They didn't feel protected. Which is why they get stuck on VA and SSI disability benefits. I've seen these people all my life. They have an opportunity to do something for people that look like them, that think like them, that act like them, and have creative intellectual properties. But as soon as they get a crutch, whether it's the whole system with the pharmaceutical private prison situation, whether it's these amendments and votes that's never been in our favor, like y'all stating, and it's about to go back, they don't feel protected. And it's not about the money, it's about giving people, like Jada Pro said, an infrastructure where they do feel protected. And the only way you can create an infrastructure like that where people that look like you or have similar interests like you feel protected is being able to communicate in a private manner. And the only way you can communicate in a private manner but still do public actions is a new system that they cannot control. So it's not about the money. No, it's not about the cars. No, it's not about the houses.
I got a system for you that they can't control. I got a system for you that they can't control. And that's belief in oneself. If you can't believe in yourself, you can't believe in nothing. Okay? And those traders that you talking about, you know, let me tell y'all, let me give y'all something. I think I gave this to Diverse. I'm gonna give it to all of y'all, all right? From the day that white man walked out the cave, looked up in the sky and realized that there was a sun and a moon, and he couldn't even speak. He was ooga ooga, oh ooga. Okay, from that day to this very day, to this very second, name me just one thing that motherfucking white boy has kept his word about.
You can't.
One.
You can't.
Just a half of one.
But I'm gonna tell you, Brother Pete's question is just like the fight. It's fixed. You can't name it, bro.
That's
you
why.
Can't. But look, that's because they don't apply the same rules to us as everybody else. Take that critical race theory thing, right? Critical race theory. Y'all all know they trying to teach, like they was attempting to teach what the devil did versus what really was happening. They don't apply that, but yet and still they're gonna go ahead and suspend Whoopi Goldberg for 2 weeks
after she said sorry.
Yo,
after she said so.
And I mean, yo, look. Granted, her point was kilted, right? It was off, but she said, "Yo, it wasn't about race." She said it wasn't about race because it you know, when you try to define what Judaism is and Jewish, it's bigger. It's not, but it's bigger than it's bigger than any Western idea. It's bigger than any Western idea. But when you boil it down to the fact, she was saying it was white killing white. So how is it about race? See, now they'll put her on suspension for 2 weeks, but then down here in Florida, DeSantis passing a whole bill that say you can't even talk about critical race because if it makes white people feel uncomfortable it's not allowed.
Yeah.
Now look at this. Look at my window. Look at my window.
Right.
Because I got it 50 years ago. This is another Jet magazine. Look at the title.
That's why the shit don't change.
Don't change. We in a loop.
Teaching of Negro history.
This is Groundhog's Day. Y'all remember Groundhog's Day?
For real.
How you kept waking up over and over in the same day. That's what we're going through, bro. It's all the same thing, just with a different coding, a different background, and a different scene.
That's why y'all youngins be killing me when y'all tell me that's that old school shit. That's that stuff. Well, it's different today. It's different. How is it?
We don't say that. We don't say that.
No, that's millennials. But understand. Hold on. Understand this. Let me say something.
I would rather sound controversial on some new shit than keep on stating it. Like, yeah, I know we've been fucked up before I existed.
Ain't
but
no new shit though.
I'm not gonna accept.
But it ain't new. That's what we're trying to show you. It's not new.
It's not new.
You keep talking about some new shit. It ain't nothing new. There's nothing
guess
you
what?
can
You know
pull
what
out
you
the
said
hat.
important. You lucky. You know what you said that was important? You said that they can only hurt you when you try to transition your money into dollars into their system.
Right.
What black person that make under 80,000 ain't transitioning a Bitcoin into goddamn cash?
Black people who came from this country, grew up on Wu-Tang, but they setting up other infrastructures across the board internationally.
Listen
I
what I
know
said.
people who do that.
But they
no,
they
it's not a
probably-
lot of people.
they-
Not a lot of
right.
people. You're right. It's not most
But
of
do they
people.
make-
It's not most people that look like us. But
Are
there
they
are
making
people who
over
are.
100,000? You said it's not people that look like us that's doing this?
No, it is. I'm saying it, but it's not the majority. What you
Okay.
a person you're describing, they exist, but it's just not that many of them because the most people who need it don't know about it. You know what I mean? And you're
So-
right. You're right. And it's not even at all. There's nowhere near the ratio.
But that's not even my point. I'm talking about the fact that as soon as it touch a fiat currency, it's taxed. So they figured out a way to rig it. The only people that take advantage of Bitcoin are people that can save it and leave it in that account and not have to touch it. But everybody else that has to use it are being taxed. Just like they said, if you put $600 in a year, they're taxing that. Why? Because those are the poor people.
So what I'm gonna say is this, because we spoke earlier. I think it was me and you, Jay. We spoke earlier, and it was basically like they know they losing.
Right.
The powers that be know that they losing. They know that, you know, there's a limited amount of time for the structure that they put in place
to fall apart.
Last.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So with that being said, I really feel
they're not losing.
They are.
Well, they're losing, gentlemen.
How could you lose a game you control?
You want me to tell you why they losing? I'm gonna tell you why they losing.
Every time
Because-
every time they think they losing, they take the goalpost and push it back.
You're right to a certain extent.
They
I'm
ain't
gonna tell
never
you.
gonna lose.
Hold on.
Hold on. Everybody can't talk at the same time.
Let me just finish my thought. The moment you tell somebody you are now the minority, you know what? They're gonna just basically come up with a new rule and say, well, you know what? We're gonna have to make sure this person goes to jail, this person doesn't have resources, this person can't vote. Basically, they're gonna push the goalpost back. That's what they've been
Y'all
doing.
can't see what's really happening. Y'all can't see what's happening.
You want me to tell you
Y'all
what they
can't see
did?
what's
Though?
happening?
Hold on.
Hold up, bro.
This is-
Pete.
Hold
Hold on. This is where they're gonna lose. They're gonna lose because the same thing that they're using to hold us down is being spread and it's being used to lift us up.
Exactly.
You got to think.
Y'all can't see what's happening.
Hold on, bro, Pete. I'm gonna give you an example. When information spreads to the point that you got people standing in the street that don't look like each other. See, the difference in past and now is that we've never had like entire groups of people of other races get together with us to protest. That scared the shit out of them.
Protest don't mean shit.
It scared them. It scared
Real
them
shit.
just like with Obama winning office. It scared them because they didn't plan for that shit to happen.
Black people and white people have came together to vote.
Listen what you said. Black and white.
Hold up, Jay. Hold up, Jay. Let him finish. Let him finish.
Black people and white people was just out there just as much as we were. You talking about one episode. Since then, look what happened. Black Lives Matter. You don't hear much about that movement. They made a shitload of money, but you don't hear about that movement. They got like $90 million from all these corporations. Where did the dollars go to?
Where are they?
But that don't matter. That don't matter. You know what matters? I'm gonna tell y'all what matters.
Let me say the second piece. This is the second piece. The same energy was done with the women's movement when Trump got in, but people don't even realize this. All you saw out there the day that he went in was all white people, but it was women of color that put the march together that they continue to use. It wasn't until Tamika Mallory said she liked Farrakhan, all the whiteys got upset. And now all of a sudden you don't hear nothing about Tamika Mallory with the march. Why? Because she learned and she was backed by the nation. Do y'all see what's happening?
Nobody sees what's happening. Do you realize that before the cracker get this planet up, he will blow this motherfucker
gonna burn it to the ground.
But it don't matter. It don't. That's what I'm saying. That's what's happening. bro, Pete, that is literally what's happening right now. They are
with the
burning
Ukraine. They're setting that shit up with
no,
the
no,
Ukraine.
no. Not just the Ukraine. They're setting it up in every asset. They're destroying every possible factor to like we said, they're gonna burn the house down. You think you're gonna get this fucking
That's
house?
why I said
I'll burn that shit down first.
That's why I said they losing.
They losing.
No,
bro, hold on. Let me say
up.
something.
Let
Let me say something. Wait. No,
Let me say this. Let me say something, bro. 1 minute, Dice. 1 minute, Dice. Let me respond to what Bless just said. No, they will go underground and blow this motherfucker up.
Hold
It
on.
don't matter,
hold
bro.
on.
They still losing.
Hold on. What Jay means is that no, they may not be losing politically, they may not be losing social economically, but they are losing on a natural level. The birth rates in European countries are negative right now. The birth rate for white Americans is negative. They're buying more adult diapers than they are children diapers. But you know who's still making babies? People who look like you, people who look like me. All that is nature self-correcting. That's all that is. Just like when you see how many albino rhinos do you see? Little to none, because it's a deformity. It's a genetic recessive gene. White people, by science, is a genetic recessive gene. They're not supposed to be here.
But they use that science and GMOs to self-correct they ideology. So,
but here's the thing: you can't fight nature, brother. You can't.
Okay.
Name one fight against nature you lost.
Hey,
but they
right.
trying.
They right. You right. They have to.
Yo, when you could spit all them sperm in a damn test tube and all them eggs in a thing and in vitro a chick that ain't supposed to have babies to have 2 or 3 kids, you really think they losing? Don't fall victim to that.
That ain't happening
bro.
too often, though, Di.
It's not happening.
That
too
don't
often.
happen. That don't
All
happen
right.
too often.
Now wait till they start giving that out like COVID tests, and you'll see.
They might
Come
already.
on, man.
It's something I want to know right. Something I want to know right now. Bless. How many countries and how many viewers do we have? Listeners we got.
God damn, bro, Pete. I just got back. I wasn't trying to let everybody know I was stepping away for a second, but we are now in 94 countries. Shout out. Let me see this. Shout out to 173,324 people.
And the show's over. And the show's over.
And the show's over. So yeah, all y'all people that was listening, we out.
Thank you.
Peace.
Hey,
hello.
You know what it is, y'all. It's Hip Hop Zone Radio. Hey, that was a great discussion, though. It's a great point. Something that definitely needs to be talked about. We ain't talk about consistency too much.
Yeah, we kind of got off topic.
No,
I
it was
ain't
on
get off the topic.
consistency.
Y'all got off topic.
We consistency getting fucked over. Like
that was
not
lovely.
Yeah, but you learned something.
No doubt. You know what it is, y'all. Hip Hop Zone Radio, Wealth Wednesdays, Power 357 Radio, moving your music around the globe.
And across the fader.
Keep it locked, y'all. We out. Shout out to DJ Novi coming up from New Orleans. Peace.
Did you learn something, Bless?
I knew everything before I left. Y'all ain't teaching me nothing new.
No, okay. That's that white boy in him.
I know what the hell going on. That's right. That's that white boy in me. I control all of y'all. I control the globe. My other part. I'm part. I gotta be part British somewhere. Shit.
Don't worry, Bless. When the shit go down, they just gonna hang you last.
That's right.
Nah, you gonna jump on the other side.
I mean, I get the whole thing of whoever got the majority, race or species or thing, right? But you can have a whole bunch of anything, but if it's low quality, it's low quality. And it's like Bro Pete said, if you don't believe in yourself or want to boost up your own personal quality, like if you only see value in who you are, your skin color, based on how many of it is of you, That right there is an eternal problem, a conflict I feel like you got to work out with. And yes, I do get we've been getting fucked over as long as those Jet magazines been coming out up to current day. But I refuse to the core of my fucking being and soul to just say, oh yeah, I already know I'm in hell. I know I'm born from people who survived their hell and vice versa and all the way down the line. But it's like, damn it, if I got the idea or the junction or the function to fix my shit, even if it's just for me or for my kids or whatever moving forward, even if it's the same thing under the sun, I'm going to stand in a different sunlight and it's different being. Fuck accepting getting fucked over. I know it's fixed. I know it's cool, but
I ain't accepting getting fucked over.
I don't accept it. I cannot accept. I always tell myself, like, if the worst, hellish, most unfortunate possible situation ever happened to me, I'm going to keep fighting, keep breathing and living. And it's easier said than done. Trust and believe.
Let me say something
to him. Go ahead, speak,
I want to ask you something real quick. Let me ask you something real quick, Dice.
Go ahead, Jay.
Have you ever asked yourself why white people hate black people?
A lot of times, yeah, actually, yeah.
Have you ever came up with an answer?
That's the answer.
I mean, silly answers like, oh, bigger.
I'm gonna give you the simplest answer. The simplest answer is that they're scared of their own extinction.
Yep. And let me put some spin on that, bro.
Go ahead, Dice.
It's not that they hate us.
No.
See, people think racism is an